Fernandez.
Hello, Miss Arancha, and welcome to our video. My name is Marco Reyes, and my classmate Hazel Karina Maya and Jocelyn Baez Pastor. We are going to talk about the Trials of Gabriel and answer some questions. So my classmate Hazel will start with the first two questions.
Hello, my first question is, what is the case about? Okay, the case deals with a boy named Gabriel who is physically and psychologically abused by his mother and his stepfather. The boy was in the worst condition that the human being could be. He suffered a lot of physical abuse, and some people called the authorities, but they never attend correctly because at no time did they go to evaluate the child's situation. They only let themselves be carried away by what the mothers tell them in the little visits, but they never evaluate the child as to be. The child had many bruises and all his body. He came to school in those conditions, and when the teacher wanted to intervene, the authorities did nothing and just archived his case. Time passed until the boy couldn't take it anymore, and one night his parents beat him to death. They beat him so much that the child suddenly just stopped breathing, and at the time of doing the autopsy on the child, they were able to discover the event that he had gone through that were simple, inhuman, even oppressing him to eat sand for cats, which was something that affected me a lot of like other things. Apparently, the mother of this child has serious mental problems, and his stepfather had many anger problems too. And the combination of both of them led to the death of little Gabriel. Um, I think this case is criminal since a lot of violence was witnessed by accused, and in the end it led to a verdict that was proved by a jury that deliberated in this way. The mother was sentenced to life imprisonment, and the stepfather was sentenced to death penalty.
Okay, I will continue to answer my question. That is, what are some of the evidence present of the trial? And to be more specific, I will mention some proof that was already in the case. So I'm going to explain some of them. To start, they present in the case people as the policeman and the prosecutor or the doctor present some pictures where was presented hits with a gun of fire and his body and the Gabriel's body and the Gabriel's legs and some scratches of the cigarette that the doctor deduced that his parents put out a cigarette in his body. Another scratches in his ankles that was provided by some handcuff that was another proof in this case that the handcuff was used with some socks that was put in the mouth of Gabriel and with a cubicle or cabinet that the prosecutor shows where Gabriel's parents lock up Gabriel. So the biggest one proof that was all of the scratches in his body that the doctor find when he realized the autopsy of Gabriel's body. that got his broken ribs, injuries in his neck, bites in his body, skull fractures caused by a baseball bat. That is another proof showed in this trial in this Gabriel case. So my classmate Vanessa, let's continue with the another questions.
Okay, I'm going to continue with the last questions. What was the profile that the prosecutor Gabriel Slayer has? The profile of the assigned prosecutor Jonathan Hatami was the defendant in the Gabriel Fernandez case. The prosecutor's language was super technical and professional, and also he was very persuasive. And when he showed the evidence against the accused, the position of the prosecution was to obtain a sentence of first degree murder against Isauro Aguirre, Gabriel's stepfather. Based on the evidence obtained, they would show that it was murder by torture, for which they will request the maximum penalty for the accused. And the other question says, what was the final verdict of the judge? The jury of the case conclude that Isauro Aguirre was guilty of murdering Gabriel Fernandez in the first degree in the preliminary hearing. For the final verdict, the prosecution requested the maximum sentence against the accused, for which the jury had to make a unanimous decision for the death penalty to be approved. Otherwise, the different sentence should be handed down. In the case of the mother, Gabriel Fernandez, an abbreviated trial was held where she pleaded guilty to first degree murder of her son, Gabriel Fernandez, to avoid being sentenced to death, accepting all charges against her. Thank you. It's all from me.
Okay, this is all for our presentation. Thank you, Miss, and blessings.